Why would you be supporting Donald Trump?
For change. We've had Democratic control in Milwaukee for the last 65 years, and we haven't gotten anything. And so it's like, you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. We have to do something different.
Would you say it's time for everyone to panic? Yes, I would, Kent.
New polling shows that Joe Biden is slipping even further behind Donald Trump ever since the horrific attempt on his life. Now, of course, this is being reflected in the media in a full-blown panic breakdown. So let's go ahead and jump into some of these videos. But before we do, please like and comment so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
It was always going to be a tough map for Democrats. One of the things, though, that I think we're in a cycle where Democrats, it's becoming a life-fulfilling prophecy. The more we talk about how afraid we are of losing instead of how we're going to win, voters are seeing us as losers. They're looking at our candidates and saying, and I don't mean that in the Donald Trump way, but in the, if you don't believe in yourself that you can win, voters are sort of saying, well, then why should I vote for you? Right. So I keep saying to my Democrats, you have to believe you can win to even get on the board and the attempt to win. So
Exactly right. People are viewing the Democrats as basically being the losing party, because what's the conversation right now? Not how is Joe Biden going to win? It's how can we replace Joe Biden with someone else who can win? And that, of course, is truly amazing. Everyone recognizes that at this point in time, Joe Biden's basically done. And this is why I honestly think Joe Biden will still be the candidate for the Democrat Party, because they have no bench. As we've discussed previously, there is no one that can beat Donald Trump in the Democrat Party at this point. So rather than maybe try to find someone or replace him, they may just throw up their hands and say, you know what? We're going to try again in 4 years, because unfortunately, Americans, specifically the ones who are now going over in droves to Donald Trump, have short memories. So we're going to go ahead and let Joe lose the race and then go for it again in a little while. Okay, play obstructionism for the next 4 years on Donald Trump. That's basically what I think their game plan is going to be. And all of this comes, of course, from the fact that Joe Biden's numbers just aren't there. He has such a narrow way to win the presidency. Check out this breakdown.
That was that, 306 to 232. But this is our current CNN projection of where we are now. And look at this. If Donald Trump won what we have here, dark red states, solid Republican. Light red states, leaning Republican. If he won just those right there, he would already have the path to 270. He would have 272 electoral votes. Look what is different. We have Wisconsin as a toss-up. We have Pennsylvania as a toss-up, two critical states for Joe Biden. Michigan right now, another critical state for Biden, leaning Republican. Georgia, a state Biden flipped, leaning Republican. Arizona, a toss-up state. That was a state Biden flipped. Nevada, a state he won, leaning Republican. This is the dire strait for Joe Biden right now on the first night of the Republican convention. Tomorrow is 16 weeks to Election Day. 16 weeks from tomorrow, we count the votes. It is tough to change a map like this in that amount of time. And here's why Democrats are so worried, why so many Democrats are saying, Mr. President, please reconsider and get out of this race. Because right now, Trump is leading here. And Trump is leading here, narrowly, but he's ahead in those states. Trump is leading here. That's 312 electoral votes. Trump is leading in this Nebraska congressional district. Let me change it that way. Nebraska does it by congressional district. That's 313 electoral votes. And Democrats are warning that Trump may not be well ahead. It may still be margin of error. It might be a tie. But right now, Trump is competitive here. That's blue Virginia. That's blue New Hampshire. So the warnings to the White House are Donald Trump could conceivably, if the current dynamics in the race hold, get 330 or more electoral votes. That's what they believe.
330 electoral college votes. This is Donald Trump winning in a possible landslide, which of course is why they're all so panicked. There is no enthusiasm. There's no one out there just pounding away saying, Joe Biden is amazing. He's awesome. He's obviously going to turn this around. No one is speaking like that. Everyone is talking about, please, we have to support him, or please, we have to replace him. There is zero excitement, and the panic is, of course, setting in. Now, a lot of this can actually be traced back, of course, to that horrific attack on Donald Trump. And by all accounts, people are saying, you know what? Donald Trump's demeanor is actually changed, right? He had that near-death experience, and that, of course, has made him seem even more amazing and presidential. So let's go ahead and check this out from the left's own mouths.
Chuck, last night, looking at Donald Trump, I know we've been talking about this, but I think it bears having another conversation. I've never seen him with that look on his face. I've never seen him walk into a room and look overwhelmed in that way. It almost seemed emotional. Can we honestly ask whether a brush with death has changed him?
Well, look, you know, you weren't the only one. We all were noticing this, and I think we all had different conversations of going, boy, it just looks like a different Trump. But let's, you know, he's a human being, right? And I think sometimes we so cover these presidential candidates as caricatures, we forget that there's a human being here. And, you know, part of me wondered, this is the first time he's been in a crowded room. Is he going to feel, if you've been shot at in a crowd, are you going to be comfortable no matter what the Secret Service tells you how safe things are? So you start to go, you know, so I kind of think that, you know, there's sort of a number of different, he might have been in some pain still, you know, so I think we forget this is only 3 days old.
Yeah.
And, you know, this has been one of the more remarkable aspects of this convention. This happened Saturday. I think I thought it would feel as if that this would hang over this convention, and it doesn't.
No,
it's a totally opposite feeling. It's a confidence that's here. These are people that are, you know, almost as if, well, he missed. He doesn't have this brush with death because he's going to win. All destiny.
I've noticed that there's a confidence, there's a jubilance.
All right, so first, I do want to point out that Chuck Todd said, yeah, Trump's just human. We often forget that Trump's just a human being. Yeah, because the left have been so busy demonizing him for the last 8 years that it actually set up this whole horrible scenario in the first place. However, because Trump survived and because he looked so strong and powerful directly in the aftermath, now notice how the convention feels. It's electric. It's ecstatic. People are excited. People are happy, all right? That is what's being conveyed. I can't wait to juxtapose this against the DNC in a little bit, all right? That's going to be truly just a big downer for everyone involved, especially since they won't have the Joe Biden thing resolved until they actually get their delegate counts underway. It's going to be hilarious. But either way, this is exactly what Trump is facing. He's got all the tailwinds behind him. He is being helped and propelled across the finish line by what seems to be deity-like power. So as usual, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay safe out there, people, because they're coming after you.